if it ain't bar now. What's going on, man? How you doing? Nice. What's for lunch today? All right. So it's been a little while since I played Farming Sim. Last time I played was in mid-December, right before I went in for my kidney stone surgery. So I have no idea what the status is of anything. So we're just gonna figure this out. And I gotta kind of remember how to play. Yoda. What's up, Yoda? How you doing? Yeah, I still gotta go through all those settings on Nightbot and everything. How you doing, Yoda? I'm good. I'm good. Finally, not as busy. So yeah, I don't know if you're here just a second ago. So last time I played Farming Sim, really last time I played any games at all, was mid December. That was right before I went into my kidney stone surgery, and then I didn't expect that to take me out as long as it did. And then right after that, I rolled into going out of town, got back, rolled right into moving, got sick. Finally, you can kind of probably hear a little congestion. I'm trying not to cough on stream, but yeah, so I'm finally back, feeling a little bit better. So here we are. Yeah, I was busy for a little bit. That's why I haven't been around a whole lot lately. Kind of just in the evenings for a little bit. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm got a. There's a real nasty bug around going around here lately. It's kind of like food poisoning, but it's like 3 times as bad, and it lasts 3 times as long. Yeah, it knocked me out. I ended up in the hospital for a little bit. Get some IV so I didn't get dehydrated. But all right, so I got all that there. Forgot I got my little dirt bike. Okay, so I think I'm waiting for everything to still grow. Oh man, I really gotta remember how to play this game now. Gonna trick the system here a little bit. Just go ahead, sleep a couple nights, let everything grow. It's snowing. No, it's summertime. Tired of the snow. Cherries. How you doing, man? I'm good. I'm good. Man, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little weird being on this side of Twitch now. All right, finally something we can harvest. Yeah. So, funny story about not funny story, but long story short about me and Farming Sim. I started playing Farming Sim back on the 2018 variation. Actually, I think it might have been 17, and I loved it, man. I love these like thoughtless games where you have to do like a little bit of stuff, but you don't have to do too much. Um, and so when this when 25 came out, I went ahead and bought it, and I played it for like I think I put 140 hours in like a month. Um, I was addicted to it straight up for a while, and then I ended up getting my kidney stone surgery, um, and so I kind of stopped playing at that point because I couldn't sit down in a chair long enough. And then I kind of just fell out of gaming for a little bit, um, and then I just ended up getting busy. So now things finally got moved and so things kind of chilled out a little bit. So I'm trying to get back into gaming a little bit. I start college back up tomorrow, but I've only got 2 classes, so it should be pretty chill. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. So I think I have wheat in here. I usually grow wheat. Wheat is usually the most profitable. Oh, canola. I got canola in this one. So yeah, this is a world that I already started with. So when you start Farm Sim, like if you were just to download it, fire it up, there'd be like a barn right here where I've took it out and put this shed. You get this house and like this right here. You get some real basic equipment, and then you get these 3 plots of land right here. Where if you see on this map where it shows 3, 4, 5, you get those 3 plots of land. I've combined them all into 1 plot, so that way I can then hire one worker and they do the entire plot. And obviously I've upgraded some equipment here and there. So I was debating on if I wanted to start fresh for like having one world just for streaming, or if I wanted to continue on, but I figured I'd show everybody my mistakes. Like I was cutting some trees down that I couldn't get them out of here, so they're kind of just like chilling here. So this is me starting all fresh from nothing. So I've got, I think if I remember my order right, I do 3, 4, 5, and then I have a plot of land across the street. Let's just steal this real quick. All right. Stones for hopscotch. That sounds like fun. Bringing back some memories there. Are y'all able to hear the game audio pretty decent? Or do I need to turn up the game audio at all? Sweet. Thanks, CC. Awesome. Thanks, Jason. Honestly, I have no idea what this truck's doing over here. We're just gonna leave that there for now. Yeah, so if I remember right, I think I got my cycle set up to where I farm these 3 fields here, which I turn into 1 field, and then I'll set up the cedar fertilizer to hit the next one. Oh, CC, this game's so relaxing. That's why I love it. I can sit here for hours just chilling. You know what? Let's go find some jumps real quick. I'm sure we can find something. Let's do a little stroll on the map here. So, but yeah. And half the time I just get on here and I just screw around for fun. Yeah, CC, it's a fun game. It really is. The only thing you don't get out of this game that you kind of get from like DayZ and stuff like that is you don't get that like real competitive satisfaction feeling from like, you know, taking somebody out of the server or whatever else it may be. But just for straight chilling, just having a good time, yeah, it's great. So this is kind of like the little town right here. That green building, white and green building back there is where you buy like tractors and stuff like that. You can fill up with fuel here. I've got a fuel station on the farm. There's still so much I have to learn about this game too. When you first start, you don't really have a whole lot, so it takes a little while to build up some cash. So what I end up doing is you can take contracts where you do work for other people. So I would do that, so I would just end up going all over the map for it. Alright, I think if I remember right. Yeah, we'll see if we can jump that. As you can tell, it's very, very realistic. Oh, Nightbot. Oh, now I'm in the tree. Oh, oh. Looks like I might have to sacrifice this dirt bike now. Oh, wait. Yeah. There we go. It's crazy how realistic this game is in some ways and how unrealistic it is in so many other ways. So if you see on the little mini map down on the bottom left, any of the numbers that are green means I own those plots of land. So all these over here I own, those I own, those ones in the distance I own, and this one. Oh, there's a hole there. Okay, that was pretty cool. Alright, so this guy's done here now. So what I'll do is I'll drive him over, unfill him into this trailer, and then I'll get him set up at the next plot that's going to be harvest tomorrow. Set up for tomorrow as well. Then we'll just kind of wait for this to finish up. We'll go to sleep, rinse and repeat. for whatever reason, the hired workers, they don't get like the entire plot. So usually at the end, I have to kind of go around and do a little bit of it at the end myself. But no matter how many times I try, I can never get these lines to go straight. So I just let them do it. I'm gonna tab out real quick. I'm gonna see if I can adjust Nightbot real quick. Alright, I don't think anybody will get moderated by Nightbot anymore. I guess Nightbot had an update not long ago and I missed some of the changes that it had. There we go. It is, but it's just what I know. And it's just one of those things, like sometimes you're just comfortable with what you know, even though it's, not the best. So you just gotta put up with the bullying. Now apparently there's like a whole lot of like different bots you can get. So I was only aware of like Nightbot, Stream Elements, and then I started hanging out in some other people's streams, and they've got like full on like third-party bots and everything. And they can do some really cool stuff, so we'll see. I might dabble in that in the future. But for now, I'm comfortable with Nightbot. Yoda, when was your last stream? I want to say I saw you over the weekend, or was it the weekend before? I think you were playing Minecraft, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, Arc Raiders. What's that one about? That's a newer one that's just coming out, right? I think I've seen a couple people dabbling in it a little bit. Yeah, I think I swung by real quick for a little bit when you were on Minecraft. I was up at my parents' place, chilling there. Oh, nice, nice. How's the test going so far? I know one of the games I really love. I'm gonna try to stream it eventually. I just don't know if my PC's gonna handle it or not. Is Gray Zone Warfare, um, and it's been out for about a year now, so a lot of the early issues have been worked through. And I personally think they're doing a really good job at keeping it going. Oh, it just ended yesterday. Um, but yeah, so I know like sometimes when games come out to go test, like sometimes they work great, sometimes they don't at all. So wasn't the best move going that way. I want to see how this all turned out. I think right before I logged off the last time, these 3 plots of land here were all separate, and there was like a little wooded area on this hill right here. You can kind of see that light pole's still there, so that's kind of glitched in there, but there was a whole entire like wooded area I had to go clear all the way out to get these 3 to connect. That took so long. There's some of the debris from it. And there was like no good way to get rid of it, so I just pushed it all over to the edge here. Just made a wall of tree debris. We didn't need that stop sign. What's everyone got going on for the rest of the day? Anybody still at work, waiting for work to end? Sick kiddo. Well, hopefully the kiddo recovers quickly, and hopefully work goes by quick for you tonight. it ain't one thing, it's another, huh? Man, circle of sickness, that reminds me. Like, every time we would go underway for the first time in, I don't know, like a week or so, whatever our schedule was, we go underway. And if one person was sick when we went underway, everybody got it within like a couple of days. And so, usually, like, if we're gone for like 30 days or so, that first little bit was always the worst because one, you're adjusting to the schedule being out to sea, and then two, everyone's like sick, and that just it circles so quickly. It's miserable, but thankfully then it's like once the initial sickness is there, it's gone, and then there's no other sickness. So like I guess that's the benefit of being encapsulated in a steel tube underwater. Once it's all out, they ain't coming back. Everybody's cuties. Yep. And they said cuties don't exist. They were lying to us in school. Alright, this one's almost done. Dang, the same flu twice? That's usually when you get it one time, your body kind of comes immune to it, so it's not like it usually doesn't hit you a second time, but man. But 5 times, whew. I don't know, like, what I normally do. I usually, it's probably because I just don't get out very much, but I usually don't get sick very often. And so this past time when I got sick, man, it just knocked me out. I was not ready for it because the last time I was really sick was like 2021. I had COVID or the vid, whatever, and that was really like the last time I remember being like really sick. And even then, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, CC, I believe that. I know my mom had the flu not too long ago. Some people at her work have been getting it too that normally don't usually get it, so man, I love SiriBot. For any of those that stream that don't know, if you don't know about SiriBot, SERY_bot, extremely helpful, especially if you don't have like a whole lot of mods in your chat often. They take care of a lot of the cheap viewer bots for you. Super cool. They have their own Twitch channel. You can go check them out, and then you just mod them, go into their chat, hit the exclamation point, and join. Go through the couple of steps, and then it goes right back through, and then they take care of it. It's pretty cool. Well, 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 look who it is. If it ain't the Wubs. Mr. Daddy Wubs. There you go, Yoda. Yeah, it's super helpful. I forget where I learned it from, but yeah, it's super nice. It takes care of a lot of stuff in the background for you. Like I just got a cheap viewer bot. It automatically deleted it and blocked them. Dude, Loves, I'm doing good, man. How you doing? How's Kiddo doing? I wonder if this AI worker is going to pay for that street sign, because I'm not going to. You guys, is it a season now? You guys are getting all your afternoon storms every single day? Well, not every single day, but like 6 days out of the week. Yeah, I figured. I thought I remembered. I used to live in like just north of Jacksonville, and man, every single day, like 5 o'clock roughly, it would hit us for like an hour. Real nasty storm would come through, and it was usually gone in like an hour. Just keep that humidity real nice and hot for you. We're actually supposed to be getting some rain here over the next couple days. But thankfully, where I live at now, I'm like on the edge of town, and somehow I just got lucky. It usually rains to the south, and it hits to the north, and usually I don't get hit that much, so it's pretty nice. All right, got this one finished up. We'll drive this over for the next spot. Dude, Wubs, I think the worst part was that it would always hit right as I was getting out of work. Every single time. It's like, all right, you guys are done for the day. See you later. And then, boom, storm hits as you're walking out to your car. It's like, really? All right. Time to go to sleep. Hit the next day. Rinse and repeat. Man, I love this game. It's just so chill. Florzy, you missed it, man. I did earlier, and apparently I modded you. I don't remember when I did that. Yeah, man, I was running the dirt bike earlier and I almost got us stuck in a tree. We'll see if I can do another one. Pretty cool. I don't go, man. Thanks for swinging by, man. Appreciate you. I do not advise in real life driving through your crops. It'll probably damage it. Alright, let's see if I can get some air off of this one. Or if I hit a tree. Nope, just air. There we go, there's your flip for you. I was saying earlier, it's crazy how realistic this game is in certain ways and how unrealistic it is in so many other ways. I mean, Yoda, yes and no. It is actually wild how easy and difficult it is to ride a motorcycle, in my opinion. Um, if you don't think about it, it's really easy. If you look where you want to go, it goes there. If you think about it, generally it screws you up, which is always a good fun time. Um, but as far as doing the flips, though, I'll just say I'm not going to test it out. Only ridden a little mini bike. Yeah, so actually, I've had a motorcycle since 2015, and I did what everyone said don't do. And even at the time, in my command, my motorcycle safety coordinator is like, "Hey man, like I'm gonna sell you my bike, but I don't recommend buying my bike. But if you want to buy it, I will sell it to you." So it was a little older bike. It's a 2001. Um, but it's a CBR 929, which is like the older variation of the 1000. And it was definitely way too big a bike. I still have that bike to this day, knock on wood. I haven't laid it down. I usually ride really good within my means. I've done a lot of training. I did some track riding for training as well. But man, it's a fun bike. And then my dad had actually bought a Honda Grom, which is like the little 125. It's like the smallest street legal bike that you can get. And he bought it for my brother to ride for a little bit. And then he ended up getting a different bike for him. So I was like, "Hey Dad, what are you doing with that Grom?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna sell it." I was like, "Hey, I ain't got no cash right now, but like I'll buy it from you when I get some cash." He's like, "Dude, you can just have the thing." So he kind of just gave it to me. I'm still gonna pay him for it eventually once I start working again, but it's kind of cool. It's real fun to putt around. So like my bike, first gear goes to like 60, 65, second gear goes to like 100. And this little Grom can't even go 60. So it's so much fun. It's just like you can go ripping through all 5 gears and it's just like still going nowhere. It's so much fun. I love it. Yeah, Yoda, I don't really ride much anymore. With my once my back really kind of started giving me a lot of problems, I kind of just backed away from riding. The issue that I have with my back is my disc will kind of move around a little bit, and just out of like I'll feel perfectly fine, then out of nowhere it'll just pinch a nerve, and like I lose like feeling in the lower half of my body essentially, and I get that real bad sciatic nerve pain that shoots down my legs. So I tend to not ride a whole lot anymore. Just kind of cruise around here and there. So. How was your stream today, Thorzy? Yeah, Yoda, definitely. Thankfully, when I do kind of lose uh, the feeling in my legs and I get that pain, um, it doesn't make the rest of my body twitch. So thankfully, I can still use my upper body to kind of control myself to get off the road if I needed to. Also, knock on wood, I haven't had it happen to me while I've been riding, um, which is kind of the reason why I'm like not trying to test it. So. How you liking Avalon? Been a pretty fun map for you so far? I need to jump on there and play it. Again, I haven't played any games, but I really haven't played DayZ since I think Halloween, or whenever we did that small run on Xbox. Yep, that is DayZ. What's with that new hand bug that you get while fishing now or something? When did that start? Did that come out with a new update? I feel like every time DayZ updates something, it breaks something else. Like, can we just get an update on DayZ that fixes the bugs and not try to change anything else? Is that too much to ask for? A game that's been in existence for like, what, 10 plus years? DayZ 2? Yeah. Oh, it came back with Sakal coming out? Hey Thors, you know how it is. Sometimes it's just hard to get good help these days. I guess that's the one thing we can always count on for DayZ is it always has the character of having bugs in it. I don't think I usually stay alive long enough in DayZ to get any of the bugs. I'm usually dead pretty quick, so I guess I got that going for me. Hey Thorzy, I forget. Have you ever played Wreckfest before? Oh yeah, last pass. Get this guy set up while the other guy finishes. I learned my lesson the hard way. You can't start this guy too soon, because he will 100% run over your unharvested crops and destroy them. Oh, he missed a spot. Yeah, he's fired. Kimchi. It's definitely not going through the trailer right now. It's definitely going into the trailer. There's a whole nother field you can seed right now, dude. Chill out. So the way you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to disconnect this, put it on the trailer, tow it behind you. That just takes too much work. So I generally just keep running into stuff. How do we get over here normally? Maybe I go this way. Yeah, I go this way. Yeah, that really, like, that's a trailer right there for it. It's such a pain to use, though. I usually get stuck right here. Yep, see nothing. Yep. Perfectly normal. Alright, get this guy started there. Go drop this off. Yeah, it'll buff out. Just a little bit of paint. It's a good thing this game doesn't have vehicle damage, or else I'd be so bankrupt already. It does have like normal wear and tear though. Oh. It's hailing? Dude. Careful out there, man. I mean, I know it's a typical Florida day, but I do kind of miss the weather in Florida, though. I can't wait to move back. Alright, stage that guy right there. Check, make sure this guy's still doing good. Fill this guy back up. press that button. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Oh wait, it's filling it in and out at the same time. Nice. Yeah. Pro gamer over here. As I said, pro gamer. I like turn my head away to cough really quick and then freaking run right into a tree. Yeah, I'm ready for this cough to go away. Wait, is he going the other way now? What am I paying this guy to do? It's an interesting line to take, but alright. Go with it. Wait, are you not supposed to drink on the job? This is news to me. Check and see how this guy's doing. Yeah, so if you see on the right, like the bottom right, where the mile per hour is, and then to the right of it, there's a blue bar, and then there's the orange bar. So the blue bar is the maintenance on the vehicle. So just like normal wear and tear on the vehicle. So, like for instance, this truck has a little bit of wear and tear on it. This one's got a small little bit, but I'll show you. I put a little maintenance shop in the back of my yard. So first off, it needs a little, like it doesn't need fuel, but I'll top it off with some fuel. So I put this little fuel tank here. So I can just hit R, refuel it, throw some diesel in it. It'll fill it up, boom, says it's done. If you buy fuel from like the actual fuel station, it'll deduct your money out of your account. You'll see it come down. I just get deducted whenever I fill that thing all the way up. And then this little shop over here is my repair shop. So usually once I make the full round and I do all my fields, I kind of consider that like the end of my season. I'll roll over here, each machine, and I'll run them through the maintenance. So you just pull it up near here, hop out, do this. Oh, I didn't park close enough. So yeah, it's like paint condition, regular condition, tells you how old it is, how many operating hours you have, what it's currently valued at. It's only $57 to repair, so I just repair it. And then it increases the value just a little bit. Repainting the vehicle, though, is like super expensive, so I just let the paint wear out. Yeah, if you have like stuff on the back here, like a load or something, you can strap it down and automatically strap it down for you. You can actually like customize this too. You can put different beds on the back. So right now I've just got the flat bed. You can put a dump bed in it. I can add sides to it. It's like all kinds of stuff you can customize on here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, at some point, Thorsey, I'll fire up a multiplayer server on here and kind of like get the basics of it going. And then I'll probably stream from that one. And then at some point we can jump on here and do a little farming on or off stream. Kind of just have it like a screw around. Mostly I play sim games. I kind of play whatever, honestly. Like, me and gaming have a weird relationship. For the most part, there's only like 2 games that I will not play. I'm sure there's a couple others, but 2 like main games that I won't play. Other than that, like if I'm playing games with like friends or whatever, I'll play whatever. I mean, I'm just having a good time. Before I was playing DayZ, what kind of got me into DayZ was a buddy of mine. We were playing the DMZ mode on Modern Warfare 2, good old Call of Duty days. But they stopped supporting it, so we started playing zombies when they brought out Modern Warfare 3, and it wasn't quite the same. I really like extraction shooters. That's probably like my favorite, which is why I enjoy Gray Zone Warfare. But I would say primarily racing was kind of what got me into gaming. Like I played every Need for Speed growing up, Gran Turismo, Forza, all that good stuff. I was actually debating on if I should stream Forza today. I might do that later this week. I haven't played Forza in forever though. Yeah, I love sim games. Yeah, Need for Speed Underground 2 was definitely my favorite game because it was the first Need for Speed that was open world. I mean, don't get me wrong, the first Underground was great. I loved it. I never did beat it though. I got stuck in one part and I couldn't get it finished out. Man, if I could go back and like retro game that and redo that, I would do it for sure. But Need for Speed Underground 2, I remember was my favorite one. We'd always go to the airport, we'd glitch, we'd hit the hydros and hit that glitch and end up on the top. Oh, so much fun. Good times. For those that don't know, Need for Speed Underground 2 is actually how I got my Twitch name. Obviously, this is way before Twitch, but how I got my gaming name. So, back in those days, you know, good old PlayStation 2 with a network adapter, You didn't have like an account. You would just log in and you just choose whatever name you wanted to anytime you'd go into a server. So my brother came up with this name for whatever reason. I have no idea what triggered his brain to do it. He's 9 years older than me, and so one day he was playing it and he kind of got out of gaming. Excuse me. And so I asked him one time. I was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Hey, can I take that name you're using? Like, dude, it's always hilarious." And he's like, "Yeah, man, go for it. I don't care." And so I just kind of took the name, rolled with it, and then I think a couple years later, Xbox rolled out. So I went from PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360. So when I created my Microsoft account, I created Lord of the Toilet. It originally didn't have the O in it; it just had the R, and that's because I made the account Lord of the Toilet, but then I lost the account. I couldn't get back into it, so I had to make a new account that was LRD, and then I put of the toilet with the seven at the end, which is how the seven got into it. Um, and then I just kind of made all my accounts based off of this one. So a legend was born. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, it was always kind of like, especially on Call of Duty, because it's always fun. Because like Call of Duty, you don't see the names that pop up on your enemies until after you kill them, and you'd always go back to, like, I'm talking like old school Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty, and you go back to the lobby and everyone's all talking smack back and forth to each other, and then I'd always get the same thing. Dude, Lord of the Toilet, that's hilarious name, man, or some variation of that. And so I just always kept with it. I switched it out a couple of times. It just didn't feel right, so I always kind of came back. People always assume that I got the name based off of like some kind of crazy pooping story or something. Oh yeah, definitely was muted. Um, so there's definitely like some mods that you can do. This is more of like how to change some of the stuff, like destroying the crops, If you have to plow in between weeds, stuff like that. But you can actually go through. I think it's in the main game setting, and they actually have mods which like downloads. You can have like different tractors. You can have different uh, just things that like people can do. The last one that I played, which I think was Farming Sim 18, I had the mods downloaded for solar panels, and I took an entire field and just laid it out with solar panels, just so that way I could get a bunch of passive income. And I got to the point where I was making like $100,000 to $200,000 a day just off of letting the solar panels just collect energy. It was pretty cool. But they got rid of that mod, unfortunately. I tried to go back, it was gone. I think when I bought the game, it had a couple of mods included with it, and I think I used one of the mods. It was like extra tractors or something like that you can get. Okay, this guy's definitely drinking. I need to make that a counter. How many times do we catch the employees drinking on the drinking on the job? The real question is what is he drinking? Moonshine? I'm honestly thinking he's just pounding back some like PBRs. I think he's got like a 12 pack of PBRs in there, um, and he's just like killing them one at a time. I think if I'm not mistaken, in real life, good old IRL, some of these tractors have AC vents up in the top, and I've seen people actually take like cans of soda, quote unquote, and pull the AC vent down, throw the can of soda in there, and then put the AC vent back up, and that's how they cool their stuff down. So, little in-cab view here. Yo, Ollie, what's up, dude? It's going, man. Just chilling on some farming sim. Figured I'd try the whole streaming thing out. How you doing? Just got off work. What's for dinner? I got some chicken going in my crock pot right now. I'm gonna start some rice in a little bit, and then meal prep some chicken, rice, veggies. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna go this way. I'm pretty sure this is the next field that comes down. Hamburger helper, dude. There ain't nothing wrong with hamburger helper, man. I've had So much Hamburger Helper in my time. Which one are you doing? What's like I think it's like the cheesy mac hamburger helper or something like that. That one's always my favorite. To be fair, one, I don't remember when I modded you, and two, I have no expectations of mods. I think I honestly modded you as like a joke because I thought I was gonna stream like kind of quick, and then I ended up getting delayed a little bit, moving and all that stuff, and so I think it just stayed in there. Dude, look how nice this truck is on the inside. I wish my truck was this nice. And then look at this old school cab over. If I'm not mistaken, I think you can actually see them shift and everything. Yeah. You can see them shift while you're driving too. It's kind of cool. Going it downshifting. Got the gauges moving. Got the throttle pedal going up and down. The amount of detail they put in some of their things here is actually like really cool. You can see the clutch going up and down too. It's kind of cool. It's so hard to drive in this view though. I think it'd be easier if I was wearing like one of those headsets or whatever and it had like the virtual reality kind of thing and I can actually like track my movement so I could like look through my mirrors a lot easier. What's the inside of this thing look? Dude, this thing looks like a spaceship in here. Hey, that's what I was talking about, those AC vents. They just pop those out and apparently they pop their cans of soda in there. Dude, I forget what brand it is, but yeah, there's definitely a brand company out there that builds like an entire like sim setup for it. So like obviously you can do like racing sims and stuff like that, but they actually have a sim that's set up just for farming sim, to where like this portion, you actually get this controller, like that black and orange controller on it, where it actually like does all the adjustments for you. It's really cool. There is a sim that I want to get for American Truck Simulator, like the trucking sim. It's like $600 though. But same thing, if I could pair that up with some VR, dude, that would be so much fun. Yeah, it's crazy. Like in the sim world, man, there's so much stuff that you can do. I mean, I remember back when like the only thing you could do was get a little steering wheel hooked up to your PlayStation, or the same one for your PC, and like that was it. Then they started building out like the force feedback, so you actually had like realistic controls. And then I mean now they're at the points where some of these sim rigs are sitting on hydraulics, to where or some variation of hydraulics or something, to like as you're turning it's shaking the entire thing, and like it actually like leans you in the seat and everything. Like it's crazy how far the sim world has come, like all those guys on iRacing and stuff. All right. Yeah. There's a YouTuber I follow, and he just got a sim set up not too long ago. He started racing the lowest variation of NASCAR. It's called ARCA, and so they just had three 55-inch ultra wide like wraparounds, and they it goes like 180 degrees of viewing. So like when you look over your left shoulder, you can actually see out the left window. It's really cool. But I think that sim setup was like $50,000. It was some crazy amount. Like they're talking about the pedals that they use. So obviously you have three pedals: gas, clutch, brake, and each pedal assembly was like $2,800 for just the pedal assembly. I was like, that's insane. That doesn't include anything else. Just $2,800 per pedal. So just shy of $6,000. Crazy. Man, I just barely upgraded my monitors. So I used to have just some ViewSonic 27-inch 1080p, nothing crazy. I think the refresh was like 120, maybe a refresh of 120. But I finally upgraded. They're still ViewSonic, but they're the 2K monitors. I think the refresh is like 165 now. And man, it's like going from 1080 to 1440 was insane. I can't even imagine how nice 4K is, but I'm still rocking out the good 3070, so I don't want to put too much on it. Yeah, the iRacing guys, man, they definitely don't kid around with it. It's a it's crazy to see like how realistic it's come though. Like some of the guys that actually like legit race and then they jump on iRacing, like they say it's actually legitimately practicing for racing now without having to put the wear and tear on the vehicles, without having to rent the track out, without having to um, you know get the whole team and the car, the whole other side of the operation to it. So it's just insane how realistic it's come now. Technology, it's always advancing, and I'm just feel like I'm getting stupider and stupider each time it advances. nice. I haven't heard of them before. Surprisingly enough, I haven't watched iRacing on Twitch or anything. You would think I would have. Actually, the first person I've ever seen really do any kind of sim racing is Spaced, doing it on a Assetto Corsa. You would think of all the games that I play, that was more of the communities that I would be jumping in and watching, but the F1 champion. Yeah, I never got into F1. Phenomenal racing. Some of the best, if not the best. Um, I grew up more around like drag racing, so a lot of like NHRA stuff, and then I worked at a NHRA sanctioned track. It wasn't like we didn't have like the big top fuel cars or anything like that coming there, but we ran like everything else underneath it. We had a couple pro stock cars come out to test a couple of times at our track. It was pretty cool. Um, but So I kind of just got into drag racing, and then growing up a little bit, I kind of followed a little bit of NASCAR. Nothing too crazy. But I would say most of the racing that I know is definitely NHRA drag racing. I've definitely done some racing myself. Drummels, what's up, dude? Welcome in, welcome in. I'll allow it. Yeah, somebody go bully Amanda to come in here real quick. I made it a command for her. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it is. Amanda made you do it. I feel slightly bad, and by slightly bad, I don't really feel bad at all. But like, because I've been so busy lately, I've really just been popping into her stream, popping that command, saying what's up, and then leaving. It's always been kind of fun though, because she always responds back, "Fuck you, Travis." Also, how are you doing? I think the best part is that you just added my other account, not the main one. So it's like you kind of said fuck you, but you kind of didn't at the same time. Fish. What's up, Fish? Thanks for the follow. Definitely did not unfollow. Hey, you know what? You're just checking to make sure the alerts work, which they work, so. What's up, Fish? How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I'm finally not so busy in life, so I decided to break the anxiety and just hit that streaming button on OBS. So it's been good. Been good. Oh, you know it. Yeah, I definitely did not want to do Daisy on my first stream. Like, haven't even played Daisy since October-ish, maybe November. Completely forgot how to play the game, so Figure we just jump on some good old chill farm sim. I need to get Repo. I haven't bought the game yet. I've watched a lot of people play it, and it looks like so much fun. It's definitely on my list of games I need to jump on and play. Although I will say, like, I feel like most times we play games together, there's always chaos in some way, shape, or form. Dylan Dawson, chaos. Sea of Thieves, chaos. That's what makes it fun, though. A little bit of Fireball. Yeah. Man, I don't remember last time I had Fireball. I got really sick off of Fireball one time, and I kind of like stopped drinking Fireball at that point. It's been many years though, so. It looks like this guy's been drinking some Fireball. I appreciate the lyric, Fish. It's good seeing you. Thanks for popping in. Thank you for the lyric. Have fun doing chores. As much fun as you can. Don't drink too much Fireball doing chores. Save it for stream later. Actually, you just reminded me I need to go change out my laundry. I'll do that in a little bit. Oh yeah, let me test this out. I did make one of those good old fancy Discord servers if anybody wants to join. Let me know if the link does or doesn't work. If anybody wants to join, no pressure. Eventually, I'll start posting in there like a schedule once I get that all figured out. Um, no thanks. Yeah, I figured. Dick. Now, I'm starting school back up tomorrow, so but it looks pretty light. 2 classes, both lower level, so it doesn't look like it's going to be too crazy. I'm gonna try this week to hit like 3 hours a day, today through Friday. We'll see how it goes. Oh, you're AFK, now she's AFK. Gosh, the good old Canadians. Drinking some good old bagged milk. Aw, cherries, you're the best. Don't tell Thorsey I said that. Yeah, Drummels, so I've always wanted to stream. What was preventing me from streaming, like, full time was really just getting out of the military. So I wanted to stream before I was going to get out, but I knew I was going to get out, and so I didn't want to have that like break. I wanted to be able to start and like continue on. And so I was like, you know what, let me just focus on getting out of the military, get my life kind of set back up the way I want to get it set up. Then I had some things kind of going on in life, and then I ended up moving. So now that I'm moved in, everything's kind of set up. We'll see if I make this a full-time thing or not. I still have that job application pending. Going back to work for the government, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time. So I'm kind of just waiting to see how that goes as well. But even if I do get hired on that job, I'll still stream. It just won't be as often as I'd like it to be, or maybe as long of a stream. The maple trees ain't gonna tap themselves, eh? Is that what we call sap? Alright, almost done with this field. Alright. Yeah, so I'm kind of like mixed. Like I was kind of mentioning earlier, like I kind of like all games. I kind of just play games to play with friends. Is what I used to like really game for. So I like racing games. I just don't know if I'll really stream racing games a whole lot. I can't imagine trying to like be focused on racing and reading chat at the same time. Like my brain cannot function that easy. That's kind of why I decided to do this. Just have something chill. Like kind of be able to look over at chat, not really get interactive with the game too much, or fall behind in the game, I guess you could say. I'll probably pop some Forza on at some point. Forza, maybe some Wreckfest. There'll definitely be some American Truck Simulator streams at some point too. I love playing that game. I definitely did not just hit that hole. Man, if I still had my Camaro, I probably would do some IRL streams, drive-in streams. I wouldn't like street race or anything like that on stream, but yeah. I mean, if I could like, if I had the money and I could just like live the most ideal life in the entire world, I would do, um, like garage IRL streams of me like working on cars, and then like the weekend going to the track or whatever. Um, there's a guy that I follow on Twitch that he kind of does that, and it's really cool. Like, if I had the ability to do that, 100% that's what I would do. I just don't have the money to build cars right now. Yeah, I was thinking like different emotes that I want to do whenever I get to affiliate. I had a couple ideas for like the subscriber emote and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, definitely some poop emotes are going to be in there. Those will definitely be in there. Gonna have some toilet emotes. Good thing I didn't park on the tracks. That would have sucked. Alright, let's get this guy set up over here. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, I've fortunately I've been around some obviously some great streamers. A lot of them have popped in today, which I appreciate so much. And I've had a lot of people follow me. So yeah, I've already hit the minimum following. So now I just got to hit the 7 streams, 8 hours of streaming with at least 3 people average. So yeah, I hope so. Yeah, dramas. That's kind of like I mentioned before. That's the reason why I kind of waited to stream. Um, is I wanted to be consistent with it. I didn't want to have like a stream here, a couple weeks later, another stream there, a couple weeks later, stream there. Like, I wanted to be able to have the ability to stream like every day if I wanted to. So, I could kind of already feel my voice from being sick last week isn't liking the talking today. So, At a minimum, I'm going to do every other day though. But my plan is to hopefully hit every day this week, at least for a couple hours. Just trying to get used to it. My school live chats this week are Tuesday and Thursday, and they're in the afternoon. One starts at 4:30 on Tuesday, the other one starts at 5:30 on Tuesday. So it's like right in the middle of like kind of when I wanted to stream. I was kind of hoping for like a 1 to, I don't know, 7 or something like that, like a 6-hour stream maybe. It's kind of like the schedule I was thinking of doing. And that's Mountain Time, so 2 hours behind Eastern Time. But we'll kind of see how it goes. Shell, I posted in your Discord in the self-promote. What do you mean I didn't say I was live? What's up? Oh, my tank's getting full. Oh, of course, of course. How was work? You all finished up now, finally? Oh yeah, Thorzy, Shell's a fellow Canadian. And I don't even know how to say it, a fellow person that's absolutely in love with Valheim. Which I did play for like an hour. Yes, that's the Thorzy with the back milk emote. Now all the communities that I hang out in between get to like see each other and where all the emotes come from. But yeah, I did actually play Valheim for like an hour, trying to learn how to play Valheim. I suck at Valheim, but it has been pretty fun to play, so we'll have to all jump on there at some point too. It was pretty fun. It was definitely pretty fun. I can definitely see like the long term, like how much fun it's gonna be. Like once you start building out bases and everything like that. Like I was struggling just trying to build stuff, but I started playing DayZ, I was playing with a buddy of mine. We were on PlayStation, and I was on a PS4. He was on a PS5, and my PS4 couldn't hang on PvP servers, so we played a lot of PvE servers on PlayStation, and so we did a bunch of base building. That's kind of what we would do just to kill time. We'd get off work, jump on, do some base building for a little bit, and then just kind of hang out or whatever. But so that's kind of what I started playing DayZ as, and then once I switched over watching people on Twitch play DayZ, and I seen like the whole like vanilla side of it and all the PvP action, and then I started playing like PC DayZ. It's like a whole another world. But I love some base building. I know I gave some shouties to like Cherries when he first came in, but like pretty much everybody in here right now is a streamer. So follow each other. Always have a good time chilling in people's chats. Bunch of good people in here right now too. I'm not. Follow everybody but Thorzy. Shell, you should stream Valheim. I'm honestly surprised you haven't streamed Valheim yet. I know Thorzy streamed it a couple of times. It was always fun watching him stream it. It's another one of those just like kind of chill, cozy games. I think what I liked about it, especially once when Thorzy was streaming it, is like there's parts of it where you can just kind of make it completely cozy and chill, and then there's parts of it where it's kind of like action packed at the same time, so you can kind of switch back and forth. Yeah, it's chill until it's not. 14 hours, jeez. When do you ever have 14 hours of free time? It must have been in a past life. A 1 in a million day. That's not like it was for me when I was playing this game here. When it first came out, man, it was just like the first day I was like 10 hours. Like, dude, where did my entire day go? Oh gosh, there we go. Lost in the sauce. And especially those days where I was sipping on some whiskey playing this, man, those days were some long days. I mean, I think I cranked out 140 hours on this game in 1 month, because if I'm not mistaken, it came out mid-November, and the last time I played it was mid-December, and I had 140 hours playing it. So yes sir, I love it. I missed it. I'm glad I got my drive to get back into gaming again. I usually go in waves though. Usually I tend to like just burn myself out on it. So I'm actually kind of hoping that streaming in a more full-time sense will help me like kind of push through those times where I just don't feel like gaming, to where I just don't hit that low where I'm just like not gaming at all for a while. So choo choo. Well, look who it is. Mr. Liam. Beanie. I don't have a beanie command. I will make a beanie command. And it'll be called a beanie, not a toque or whatever you guys call it up there. What's up, Liam? How you doing, man? Thanks for the follow. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. I feel like the number of Canadians versus non-Canadians in here right now are higher on the Canadian side, so I think I'm a little outnumbered. Excuse me. This isn't a debate. Liam is Canadian. I forgot, Cherries, you're Canadian as well. It should be too. There you go, Liam. Made the command just for you. Oh, command doesn't exist. Must not be a real word. Didn't seem to work. Broken. I don't have the honor of having a broken command yet. It will happen. I know it will happen. As long as Shell hangs out in here, the stream will definitely break at some point. Alright, I'm going to let this run really quick. I'm actually going to go switch out my laundry, so I will be right back. man, I walk past the kitchen, got a sniff of that chicken that's in the crock pot. It smells good. Dude, it really is. Like, also me just being lazy, like, it's perfect. I get to be lazy, and I get to make the whole house smell just like good food. Just set it and forget it. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to go dump this trailer out. I mean, I don't know how much more lazier I can get. I meal prep once a week for all my dinners because I don't like cooking every night. I crock pot half of my meal prep anyways. The other half is rice cooking, which is also the same laziness level. And oh, missed my turn. The only thing that's better is baking. Man, when you bake like some fresh cookies and like the whole house just smells like nice chocolate chip cookies, oh, or some like brownies. Efficiency, yeah. Efficiency or laziness? We'll call it efficiency, but it's more laziness. Dude, I need to learn how to make bread. The smell of fresh bread is insane. When I was stationed in San Diego, some old friends of mine from Arizona had actually moved back to San Diego. They originally from San Diego, and it was the one of the ladies I used to work with, and her daughter actually for a living has a bakery and would bake fresh bread like almost every day. And they would go to the farmer's market, and I went to the farmer's market a couple times, and she the lady I used to work with, her name was Chris, super awesome, sweetest lady, one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met in my entire life. um, she just gave me like a whole loaf of bread for free, and I'm like, I want to pay for this, and she's like, no, you're gonna have this. I don't think my daughter's gonna fire free help for giving out a loaf of bread. It was the funniest thing ever. But and then she's like, only thing is you gotta do is you gotta go around the corner. There's this person that makes homemade olive oil dipping like sauce, and she's like, you're gonna love it. Doesn't matter which one you get, you'll love it. And so we just got this like generic olive oil like dipping sauce for it. Oh man, it was so good. I need to figure out where the farmers market is here. I love going to the farmers market, supporting local businesses, local farmers. My parents' neighbor, who always gives me the moonshine, they his wife, she does she makes loaves of bread occasionally, and she made an extra loaf of bread one time, and she brought it over. Oh man, it was still like nice and warm, smelled so good. I think I ate the entire loaf in like a day. Which surprisingly, it was sourdough, and I'm not a big sourdough person, but man, it was so good. Actually, I've got enough here to load this entire truck up now. So now I've got to find out what menu it's under. Oh yeah, I own a bakery in the game. I can't figure out how to get the stuff that I need in order to bake with it, so it's kind of just a lost cause at this point. Somewhere in here, there is a menu that tells me when, here we go, prices. So canola is what I have. So I need to sell in November to get the most profit, and it's currently May. Each day is a month. So I got a couple more days until I sell in November. But Space. What's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for look, Shell. Appreciate it. Thanks, Cherry. Thanks for dropping in, man. I appreciate it. Oh, Space, you're playing Soto Corsa again. We were talking earlier about how much Sims have like advanced so much. Do another one. Heck yeah. Yeah, we've just been chilling on some farm sim, you know. Got my first stream going. Wanted something I didn't have to really like pay too much attention to on the actual game. So I had to take care of Nightbot earlier. Nightbot was going a little crazy. We'll see if I can drive in cab the whole way there and not crash. Hey Space, have you done iRacing at all, or have you just done Assetto Corsa? I forget. Dude, in cab is definitely a lot harder. Because like I cannot see the edge of my trailer at all, so I have no idea if I'm about to hit this guardrail or not. Oh yeah, I forgot you have to pay for it. And isn't it like part of it too, like you can get banned from certain parts of it too, like based upon how people want to pretend you race and all that stuff. Like if you accidentally crash into somebody and they want to complain about it, next thing you know you're just banned from it. It's like what? Or you drop down a level or something. I forget what it was. All right, let's see if I can make this turn. This one's in. This one's hard even without an in cab. That's wild. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make it. We'll try it. It's gonna be close. Oh, just barely. All right, so I pretty much just get this lined up here. So that way, when it's ready for me to sell, I just have to jump over there and sell it. If it's intentional, they'll ban you for sure. Yeah. Dude, I love some Mud Runner. So I didn't start with Mud Runner. I actually started with Snow Runner first. Um, and then I think Mud Runner was on sale one time, so I just picked it up. So I've got both of them now. And those games are so much fun. Another chill game. I'll probably play that at some point too. It's a lot cheaper to go off-roading on Snow Runner and Mud Runner than it is in real life. So it debatable if it's safer or not. Yeah, no, it's definitely safer too. Man, I used to go off-roading all the time. I actually just got my Jeep back that I used to go off-roading in all the time. I've been trying to get it running. It's been fighting me a lot lately, but man, I used to love going off-roading when I was stationed up in Maine and New Hampshire. Oh, so beautiful up there, in that neck of the woods. We used to go in the trails out there all the time. Me and a couple guys I used to work with. But then I decided to start riding motorcycles instead. So I sold the Jeep to my best friend. Started riding motorcycles. He had the Jeep for a while, and then I just bought it back from him a couple months ago, 2 months ago. It's a nice little full circle on that one. Another safe hobby. Oh yeah, I got no safe hobbies at all. I think the safest hobby I have is collecting Pokemon cards, which is expensive. That's the only unsafe part about it, I guess. But yeah, I'm definitely an adrenaline junkie chaser at times. I think the only time in my Jeep that I had like a little bit of a scare, I took a wrong turn down a road and I was low on gas, and that's the whole reason I got off this road anyways, was trying to get some gas. And I took a wrong turn, and it was in the middle of New Hampshire, and I was driving down the road, and I was like, all right, there's got to be somewhere I can turn around. And it was just like, 2-lane road, one way each way, no, not much of a shoulder. And I finally saw like where it flattened out for a little bit on the side. It was like 5 feet wide. So I jumped off the street, got into that little flat spot, and I went to go turn around. And I think at the time my Jeep was like a 4-inch lift on 33s. And so the turning radius was like just at the point where it wasn't as good as it like was from the factory. And so I started to make the turn, and I looked down the road, and I see this car just flying up through this like out back, back road, and I got scared, so I punched it and pointed myself onto the other side of the road, so that way I didn't get hit. But unfortunately, I kind of slid down the hill a little bit, and I ended up like next to a tree. I didn't hit the tree yet at this point, so I put it in 4-wheel drive. I'm trying to like get this thing up out of the hill. I think it rained a couple days, so the road was like super wet. We were probably like 20 feet down from the actual road, and I think my anger got to the best of me, and I finally just got fed up not being able to get around this tree, so I finally just said screw it. I just stabbed it in reverse, and I actually like rubbed the truck or the Jeep up against the tree a little bit, and those dents to this day are still in it, so it's kind of cool. It still has that character from back then. Luckily, we ended up able to get pointed up towards the road, and another Jeep was driving by, and right at the same time, a police officer had pulled up. So super awesome lady. She flipped her lights on to stop the traffic, so that way that Jeep could park on the road. Then I hooked my winch up to it. I was able to pull myself up the rest of the way. And then it was so funny because the police officer afterwards was like, I hate to do this to you, but it is part of my job, so I have to report any accidents or damages that are in excess of $1,000. And I kind of just giggled a little bit. She's like, and I was like, this Jeep isn't even worth $1,000. Like, there's no damages on it that's worth anything. She's like, okay, well, I still need to check to make sure you have your license and insurance registration. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, it was pretty good. So, one of my favorite memories in that Jeep. And of course, my best friend who I sold the Jeep to was in the passenger seat at the same time. So, like, when I sold it to him, he had that memory as well. So, it's pretty funny. Yeah, I think the blue book on the Jeep at the time was like $1,200 maybe. Like, it was nothing. I think the blue book is still like $1,000 on it. Oh, nobody saw that. Nobody sees that either. There we go. I see everything, bud. I know. I know you do. It really is spaced. Like, especially when you have like the AI workers working or you hire the workers to do stuff on the fields for you. Like, it's definitely boring, but it's so like chill at the same time. That's why I love it. It doesn't take much brain power, and let's be real, I don't have much brain power to give, so it's perfect for me. You can, I mean, there's so much more into this game. Like, this is literally just the very bare bones of it. I mean, you can harvest all kinds of different crops. you can grow trees and harvest trees, and so like there's a whole lot more into that as well. Like there's so much in this game. This is just a tiny little dabble into it. Like I was debating on possibly buying another plot of land, but I think at this point, like, I have so much land already, and I'm like, it already kind of takes most of my time to kind of maintain just these plots. Like I can't even imagine having like every plot on this map or anything like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely be streaming some other games too. If my graphics card will support me playing Gray Zone Warfare and streaming at the same time, I'll definitely be doing that. If not, once I get the card upgraded, I'll definitely be doing that. Probably Seas of Valheim at some point. Definitely going to see some Daisy at some point as well. If I can get a group of people together, probably do Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is kind of hard solo. You need at least one other person, so probably do some Sea of Thieves at some point. I've got a 3070. The thing about Gray Zone Warfare is on a 3070, right now I have all of the graphics set to like medium essentially, so I'm gonna have to drop everything down to low. I can barely do Daisy. Yeah, I mean I'm the same way. Like I honestly haven't played much PvP Daisy, and most of the PvP Daisy I've played, I haven't actually encountered too many people. I usually die from something else before I can really get too far in, or I don't even have a gun that I have to shoot with them. So yeah, Gray Zone is it's real rough on the PC. When it first dropped, in order to maintain 115 to 120 frames, like you can only do that on a 4090, and that still wasn't people running on like ultra. So they've optimized it a lot. It's a lot better than it used to be. I mean, it's still in a development game. It's still not even full release. It's still on pre-release, and I just love that game so much though. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure if I drop, so I'm only streaming at 720. So I think with me streaming at 720 and then me dropping everything to low, I should be able to stream it. I just really want to have like good graphics on it though. I need to talk to Ricky. Ricky's one of the devs for Gray Zone. She streams as well, and she not just Gray Zone but other games as well. But I think she has a 30 series card, but I think she has two PCs. That's how she gets around it. So I think she games on the 3070. Don't quote me on that. I think she has a 3770 for her gaming PC, but she has a separate streaming PC is how she's able to pull that off though. So I gotta figure that one out. Yeah, so, and I could potentially stream from my laptop. I have a capture card. I have everything I need to do. But my laptop only has a 2060 in it, which I think would be fine just to run the stream. I just don't. I don't know if I want a dual PC for streaming. Like, I don't know the whole ins and outs for like the audio and all that stuff. Like, I feel like that's just way too much. I'd rather just have a single PC. So I'll probably upgrade my video card. Probably about the end of summer. It's probably when I'll have some money saved up for it. So, and I think the game might be for full release by then. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I know the main person that I was watching play Gray Zone Warfare. He was streaming from a 4090, and he was perfectly fine streaming 4090. But then he started going into like multi-streaming, so he was streaming or he streams YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok all at the same time now. So he just switched over to have a dual PC. So his gaming PC has a 4090. I don't know the specs of his stream PC, but he just switched over. But that's because he's doing the multi-platform thing now. So, and I think he streams I know he streams at least 2K, if not 4K. I think he streams 4K, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like, I don't even play in 4K. I can't imagine streaming in 4K. Space, do you have do you use the onboard graphics, or do you have a separate GPU that you run all your graphics through? I know the AMD G series CPUs are the ones that have the graphics. Yeah, I love Ryzen. I have an AMD. It's a Ryzen 7 5700X, I believe. Um, okay, you have a separate card. Um, yeah, so I have a Ryzen 7 5700X. I've got a Gigabyte Aorus motherboard. I think I have 64 gigs of RAM, DDR4. I think it's 2800 or 3200 speed. And then I've got the Gigabyte Aorus 3070, so. I was kind of I know Gigabyte's probably not the best anymore. When I was first building PCs, Gigabyte was like my go-to. I love them. They're really good. I've heard their customer service is not as good as it used to be. Um, but I haven't had any problems with that. I will say, though, I am not a fan of their software that they use to integrate the RGB on stuff. The Yeah, just not a huge fan of that. It was working just fine, and then I was having issues where it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So need another hard drive. Only came with a half gig drive, and have less than 100 left, so I don't save my streams. Yeah. So actually, one thing that I do, if you're interested, I have what's called a NAS, network area storage. So it's made by Western Digital. They have them on Amazon. It's pretty simple. You just plug it into your like internet router, and you can access it from any computer that is connected to the same network. And it's all password protected. You can set it up to be password protected as well. It's where not everybody can get in there. Hey, Aroxium, did I say that right? Welcome in. Um, and so so you can take like older traditional quote unquote spin drives and just drop them in. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And so I've got like 8 terabytes of like just storage there. So like I can like mass files that I don't get into much. I can just like dump on there and save on there. I think I spent $200 or so on it. So it might be something else to look into, but yeah, I've got a 4 terabyte and a 2 terabyte hard drive on my PC as like my main hard drives. Doug, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Ooh, a little Far Cry. That's what's up. Cell towers are down at the office. No, not good. Ooh, tornado. Yeah. I will say I've never lived anywhere where I've had to worry about tornadoes, and I think I would rather live anywhere but where tornadoes happen. Like, I'm okay with earthquakes. Like, I'm not a fan of earthquakes, don't get me wrong, but like I'd rather deal with an earthquake than a tornado. Hurricanes, at least you get a heads up, a warning for them. I don't know if I can do tornadoes, to be honest, man. Don't know. You know what? I say that, and I totally forgot when I lived in Georgia, a tornado literally touched down like 3 miles from where I was living at. So, and I honestly had no idea it even touched down. I was actually out driving around when it happened. Grown up with it, yeah. Storm chasers on YouTube, dude. Yeah. Yeah, but I've seen. I mean, don't get me wrong. The damages from the hurricanes are can be pretty rough too. But like, man, when those tornadoes do hit, they they can tear some stuff up. Send that got away from you. Oof. Feeling better now. Happy birthday, by the way. Belated birthday. Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like hurricanes, like they can be rough too. You know, especially like South Florida, they get hit really hard all the time. Central Florida does too. The part of Florida I want to live in is like the Panhandle. I mean, they do get hit hard sometimes too, but generally they kind of splits either way. It's kind of the reason why I chose that area that I want to move to eventually. Um, but at least with the hurricanes, you can see them spinning out in the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whatever they call it now, or you can see them spinning out in the Atlantic Ocean before they come hit and land. So, 26. Yep, Doug just turned 26 today. Sure, plus 22. I don't know if Thorzy can do that math or not. Thorzy, can you add those two numbers together? You might need to go get your bags of milk and line them up and count them out one by one. I'm great at meth. Yeah. Youngsters everywhere. I think I'm the youngest one in here right now. Bunch of freaking kids. I say, get off my lawn. 2 years from combo 80. Really, Space? I've seen you on your streams. You don't look like you're 60. This game has changed a lot. Yeah, this is a. So I played it when it first dropped and came out. Um, I don't know like what all has changed because I literally just fired this up just to stream. I haven't played it since. I last played it in December. But like if you're talking about like the evolution from like Farm Sim 15, 17, 18, all those, like, yeah, this game's evolved a lot. Yeah, the evolution of it, yeah. Yeah, I think I was talking about it earlier. I actually think the first one I ever played was 15. Um, I think I played 15, 17, 19, 22, and 25. I think are the ones that I've played. Um, but yeah, like even just the graphics, like I've got them turned down for stream right now because it was kind of lagging a little bit, and I don't want my like graphics card just blaring out the entire time. But I mean, you can see even the graphics in this thing are just insane now. I wish I could get rid of this floating power pole. It's kind of funny. It's just here. 15, yeah. Like even I'll jump out of here. Like I've got everything on in the game. I've got it on medium right now, and like just the detail that you can get out of some of these like the grass, the way the grass moves and everything. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the only reason that's floating right there is this entire area right here was woods, and I wanted to connect these two plots together, or actually these three plots together. So I dug the entire woods out. It took me forever to do. And there was a power pole here, and it glitched up into the sky as I was hitting it, so at least the bushes load in. Daisy should take note. So, yeah, I mean, this is like some of the tree here. I wonder if any of it's still showing. Yeah, like that little bit, I think used to be part of the woods. I think it glitched out to where it can't get all the way through, so. I just like they gave us the ability to plow this all the way through to where you can make this your own field on it, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so if you look at like the bottom left of the mini map, kind of you can see my arrow moving around there. So you can see how there's three different plot numbers, 14, 11, and 15. So there were three separate plots, and then I dug them all together to make one big plot. And the reason I did that was just so that way when I hire a worker, they work the entire plot. I didn't have to like keep coming back and having them switch from one to the next plot to then the next plot, so on and so forth. You know, I wonder, Space. They have a multiplayer version of this, which hosts like you pretty much whoever starts the multiplayer hosts the game on their PC, and then everyone else joins in to your game essentially. Or you can actually get it kind of like DayZ. You can have your own server and everything if you want, and then it's just running all the time. But I do wonder, like if you had, let's say, 10 people all running at the same time. Same for console. Nice. Yeah, I haven't played Farm Sim on console since 17 or maybe 19. But yeah, I wonder if you got like 10 people all running like these same areas all at the same time, if it would lag out or not. I just don't have 10 friends, so we'll never find out. You don't have 10 playing Farm Sim. True. You have at least 10. Cheers. If you count Thorsey. I think I count Thorsey as a friend, but Thorsey doesn't count me as a friend. I think that's how that friendship goes. Ooh, the guy's listening to 88.1. I'll need to get driving wheels so we can take over a public server on a set of Corsa. I'm going to get a driving wheel, kind of like Amanda then. Space. I am going to get a driving wheel. I don't know when. Probably maybe 2 months or so, but I will get a driving wheel at some point. I have a set of Corsa. I've never played a set of Corsa. I've only used a wheel on like Forza and back when I was playing, PlayStation, Gran Turismo. But definitely. Thanks for the look, Doug. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I want to get two wheels actually. So I want to get one wheel that's designed for American Truck Simulator. It has like all the extra buttons and everything you need for the shifter and all kinds of different extra buttons for it. But I know for that one, and it's more like upright, more like an actual like truck wheel. So I want to get that one. But that's gonna be like that one's like $600, so that's gonna be later on down the road. But yeah, I used to have a Logitech. I think it was a G920. It was the one that Xbox uses. But I wasn't using it for so long, so I got rid of it. Now I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because now I want to use it again. But I think when I get it set up, I'm gonna get I'll get another Logitech G920. I'll probably buy it used off of Facebook Marketplace, honestly. But I'm gonna get an actual like a sim seat and everything like that too, because the issue I had is I was using it at my computer desk and my chair was rolling, and so I had to like swap out my chairs, and it kind of just became a pain in the butt. So that's why I just didn't use it. Every time I go to like hit the brakes, my chair was sliding back and I wouldn't actually hit the brakes. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I want to get something similar to what you have, definitely. And honestly, I might just build something if I can go on Facebook and find like a used car seat or something. Uh, I might just build a frame for everything to mount to. I figured too if I can build it, since I'm a little bit of a bigger dude, um, I can find a seat that'll actually like fit me well, and then I can build everything around me. So it's made a little bit more towards me versus like some of the smaller ones that you kind of just buy offline. Doug does stream. Rarely, but still streams. So the wheel was a bit. Mine was a bit more than the wheel itself. 4 years ago, I paid maybe 400 for the wheel, and 500 for the rig, not including all the shipping. Yeah, that seems about right, price wise. I think I was looking. The wheels right now are about. I think they're like 300 if you buy them brand new, if I'm not mistaken. 250, 300 or so, and then depending on like the sim rigs themselves, like the framing and all that stuff. I mean, you could spend as cheap as like $50 and it breaks in like 3 days, or you can go as high up as you want. So it's a matter of just finding what works for you the best. That's why I was kind of thinking about just building it. I need to find a metal shop down here so I can just figure out how much metal costs. See if it's worth it. I really don't know what this guy's doing right now. Alright, I'm gonna fire him. just gonna do this myself. Not gonna look as pretty, but get this all finished up. The extenders, yeah. That's the other thing too I gotta kind of figure out is with my back. I need to get a seat that will help me with my back, and that's the one thing I'm kind of afraid of if I buy like a pre-built one. So that's kind of what gave me the idea. If I can find like a used car seat or something. I should have taken the seats out of my old Mustang that I had before I sold it, before I left Florida. So at least I had something. Nothing fancy, but... Oh, good old hockey. Hey, Thorsey, I appreciate you swinging by, stopping in. Thank you much. Once I'm done with this field, I'm going to finish up my other field, and then I'll probably be done for the day, too, so... Cheers, my friend. Says I'm so I don't pay attention. Need to eat something. You'll be on later. Yeah, I'll come swing by later for sure. Need to knock off some more rust. Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised to see you back on Assetto. I thought you were done with the racing. I'm glad you're feeling well enough to get back into some sim driving. So I know you're enjoying DayZ, but I know you also like your sim racing. So good to see you back on there. Yeah. I know that's the other thing too is I actually just went today for some x-rays for my feet. I think I tore my Achilles tendons like almost a year ago, honestly, if not over a year ago. And I've been kind of putting off getting it seen, so I'm hoping I don't have to wear 2 different boots, because if I do, then I'm definitely not going to be sitting in a sim anytime soon. Oh man, I ran out of fertilizer. Crap. Now I have to hire them to finish it up. Getting bored with the PvE server, so I sold everything off. Yeah, I love PvE servers, especially when you're trying to learn how to play the game. They're great, and then depending on like how modded the server is, you kind of get to do some stuff you don't get to do on a lot of your other vanilla-like servers. But I feel like once you play DayZ long enough, everyone always gets bored of the PvE because you kind of just get into that repetition of doing the same thing, which I think you kind of do on PvP anyways, but at least you get the not so known reactions of what's going to happen with the other players. So yeah, most of the DayZ I played is PvE. I haven't played much PvP, so yeah, definitely. When there were a couple PvE servers I was playing on PlayStation when I was playing on PlayStation, and like at this point I was still pretty fresh to DayZ, maybe 100 hours in the game or so, mostly just base building. I had no idea what it took to like take down a bear, so me and my buddy we were on and we were like just carrying some stuff walking down the road, and I saw a bear and I was like, oh, let me just take my Mosin out and pop him once in the head, that should cover it. Nah, him and I both died. We lost all of our stuff that we had on us and everything. I was like, sweet, I learned that. But it was like experiences like that is what helped me learn more of the PvP stuff. So when I went into playing a little bit more PvP, you know, I was able to learn, like, I knew how to cook food, I knew how to do all like the mechanics of the game. So now I could focus on just the shooting aspect against players versus, you know, shooting, you know, the Zed and, you know, wildlife and stuff like that. So yeah, that was pretty fun. As soon as I shot him, I was like, oh, I'm good. And then I was triple carrying, so I couldn't drop. Like I forgot to drop my gun to carry another to pull out my AR. We should get a group of us PvP noobs on a deathmatch server for practice. Yeah, everyone keeps telling me like jump on a deathmatch server and you'll get your PvP skills up quick. And I've seen, you know, I've watched some people play some PvP or sorry, some deathmatch servers, and dude, they're wild, absolutely wild. But yeah, I'm down. That sounds like fun. Yeah, for sure, space. All right, I'm actually gonna call it good on this field. I'll finish it up later. I'm gonna go get this other one knocked out real quick so we can cycle to the next day. Oh no! Right as the train's coming. Whew. Close call. We good. We good. Thanks, Shell. I appreciate you. I'll probably be in there later on. I'll probably only be going for like another hour, maybe. I just want to get this next set of fields done, and then I'll probably call it there. wish things would go just a little bit faster sometimes. Maybe the move is buy another tractor with another seeder fertilizer so that way I can hit 2 at one time. That might be the move. Maybe I'll do that next time on. We'll go buy another tractor. I forget how much they cost. Farmer wisdom, you can't speed up the harvest. Yeah, I'll be honest, I grew up in a lot of the cities, suburbs, mostly suburbs out of the cities, but I wasn't around farming a whole lot until I married my ex, and then her family was all into farming. And I didn't learn a whole lot, but it was kind of cool just kind of being around it a little bit and seeing it kind of happen. And makes me kind of wish I grew up more in the actual farm towns. Grew up in the suburbs, but both set of grandparents had like property, so spent a few years in the forest in northern Minnesota. Nice. Yeah, I don't necessarily like claiming this, but I was unfortunately kind of born in California, and so I lived in Southern California, like outside of LA, until I was about 8 or so. Moved up to Central California, lived there till I was 16, and then moved to just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. And I lived there till I was 20. So Phoenix, it's hard to say where I grew up at because like I grew up the most in California, but at both my times, like Southern California to Central California, are like two different places, like completely different. Like other than the fact that they're governed by California, there's nothing alike between the two at all. And so that's where I felt the most of like the suburb life was when I was there. And then, but there was no like real major city where I was at. So it's kind of just like how it was, I guess you could say. But once I moved to Arizona, like once I was in Arizona, it felt more like home to me. But I was only there for 4 years. Joined the military at 20. So then, I lived all over the place since there. I actually got stationed back in California for 4 years. So most of my entire life I've lived in the state of California. But poor guy, yeah. It not all was by choice, but yeah, I lived in. So before I joined the military, I'd been to California, Arizona, and Nevada. That's in like the tip of Nevada. That was it. And then after I joined, immediately got sent to Chicago for basic training out of Great Lakes. I was in Connecticut for a year. I was in Virginia for a year. I was in Maine and New Hampshire for 2 years. I was in San Diego, California for 4 years. Georgia for 2 years, and then Florida for a year before I got out. Now I'm in Colorado, so it's kind of, I was all over the place. I didn't really get to, typical military life. It was just my first set of orders was really weird. Not that common that people get, especially like the time frame that I got them. So the first submarine I got stationed to was out of Virginia, but it was scheduled to go into the shipyard. And even though there's a shipyard in Virginia, it was scheduled to go to the one that was up in Maine. So I did 1 year down in Virginia, and then I went to we did what's called a change of home port. We shifted home port to Maine for 2 years, and then I did another shift to change of home port over to San Diego for a year, and that was my first 4 years of that tour. And then I shifted over to shore duty, and honestly, I wasn't supposed to stay in California, but it was only like 6 months away from me like transferring, and I didn't want to move. So I just decided to stay in California because I was able to get a set of orders there, and I was so tired of moving. I was like, I just want to call one place home for a little bit. So, yeah, it was just kind of weird set of orders that I got. Not very common for people to get. Minnesota guy, was born up in Central Alaska. Dad was in the Air Force. Nice, very nice. I have not been to Alaska. I will one day. I've heard it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's definitely an experience that everyone has to have at least once. So I'd love to do a trip up to Alaska. Also visit some of our friends in the Great White North as well. I have not been to Canada either. Left at 5 months. Gotcha. Yeah, I was actually supposed to visit Alaska, but the sub that I was on broke down. We do what's called sound trials, and we were gonna get scheduled to do it up in Alaska, because that's where they do it out of for the West Coast boats, but ended up not doing it after the 64 earthquake. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we actually ended up doing sound trials out in the Atlantic Ocean instead. We did it on our way over to the West Coast. Married with a kid. He got out to avoid, man. Yeah. Did he go straight back to Minnesota afterwards when he got out? I assume since you grew up mostly in Minnesota, if not all of Minnesota. Yeah. So the only reason I moved to Colorado when I got out was my parents moved to Colorado after I joined. So like 2016, they moved to Colorado, and I'd just been away from family for so long. Like I only saw my parents maybe once a year, and it was usually like only my mom or only my dad. I didn't really get to see them both at the same time very often. Like if I saw them both at the same time, it was like once every 2 or 3 years maybe. And I was just kind of tired of being away from family for so long, so I decided to come up here. I actually lived with them for a few months, started college out here, and so I'm just kind of hanging out here. If I get this job that I applied for, I'll probably stay here a little bit longer than I anticipated, just so that way I can qualify for a retirement plan. But if not, I'm probably going to move back to Florida. The cold's starting to hurt my body. I'm not even that old, and it's already starting to hurt it, so kind of got to start finding those warm places. Alright, sleep this night away, get over to the next one. Don't come up here then, we have worse weather combos in the lower 48. Yeah. I've been through most of the states in the United States. I need to do Alaska, and then Washington, Oregon, and pretty much from like Washington, Oregon all the way across up to Illinois. Those are the last little bit of states that I need to get, except for Michigan. I need to hit Michigan as well. -60? Jeez, that's worse than when I was in Maine. But yeah, one of my bucket list items is to visit every state, so One day. January, February of '96. That is, oh man, that's cold. That's so cold. I think the coldest I've been in, never got above -10. Jeez. When I was in Maine, I think the coldest that I was in, the temperature wise, was about -15 or so. I think was roughly the coldest that I was in. That's without the wind chill, and we were right on the coast, so like we always had that like wet kind of coastal wind. Um, but I can't even imagine -60. Jeez. A little chilly, yeah, a little chilly. All right, well, I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'm just gonna let this run kind of in the background for a little bit. I still need to make some dinner over here, so oh, apparently I didn't put an audio input on there. Thanks everybody for swinging by. Thanks for the new follows. Aroxium, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Liam, Fish for the unfollow, refollow. Barnell, appreciate those follows. Appreciate everybody come swinging by. We're gonna go raid out, so hang on for a little bit. Thank you, CC. I appreciate you. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, Space. All right, I added a audio input to here. Yeah, so we're gonna go raid out Shell. Shell's in here earlier. I know she just started up her stream. She does a lot of variety. She's actually streaming with Neems right now, so we'll go swing by, say hi to Shell. I know she's streaming today. I think she's gonna stream again till Friday, so we'll grab somebody else tomorrow. I do plan on being here tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll be doing Farm Sim or if we'll grab something else. But thank you again, everybody, for swinging by. Thanks, Cheese, for swinging and dropping that follow. Appreciate you. And we will catch you all later. Bagged milk for sure, every time. All right, let's go say hi. Later.